Hey friends, Chef Honey here. Welcome back. Today guys, I'm sharing one of my frequently asked recipe, soft layered sweet chapatis, perfectly for snacking or just as a breakfast item. Your first time here today, you're welcome. Karibu sana. I share tips and ideas on how to be better cooks in our own kitchens. So without further ado, let's get to the table and start this recipe. So this is a straightforward chapati recipe and starts with 5 cups of wheat flour. Our 5 cups ready. Into this other bowl, I'm going to add about a cup of the same flour. When it's done, set that aside. Into the flour, I'm adding a half cup of powdered milk, a third cup of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm going to cut this softened butter, just about a tablespoon or so. Add it, you can use ghee. I'll squeeze in about a teaspoon of honey. This will add flavor. And about a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to get into this and mix everything, just rub in the butter, the oil, bring everything together. Once all this is mixed in, I'm going to start adding milk. This is milk that I have warmed in the microwave for about 45 seconds or so. This is about 2 cups, but I'm just going to use about 1.5 to start with. Then I can just use a spatula here just to bring it together. Add more of this milk. On the side, I have about a 1/4 cup also of some warmed water that I will use as needed. This will definitely give us some rich chapatis. So once this has come together, I'm going to sprinkle some of our extra flour and then just empty this onto the board. And then just like you will do regular chapatis, you want to bring this and make into a very nice soft dough. Use some of the extra flour, just work it in. The dough might look wet at this point, but you want to continue working it before you add more extra flour. So it's been about 10 minutes of turning and rolling the dough, pulling it with your palm. This will give you a very soft dough. If you have a mixer, you can use it. It will give you a very good dough. So our dough here has come together. You want to press it so it just springs back on you. It's soft and it's just slightly elastic. So we want to give this dough now time to rest. I'm actually going to put it back into this bowl and then just cover it with a plastic or a kitchen towel. So our dough has been resting for about half an hour. Sprinkle some flour on the board. In the meanwhile, while that was happening, I had a chance to do some cleanup. Definitely when you allow the dough to rest, it becomes nice and soft and easy to work with. So this looks very soft. At this point, 2 ways you can do this. Cut this the traditional way into balls. I usually don't like to do that personally. I prefer to roll it into a sheet so it makes my work a little bit easier. Just sprinkle it with some flour. And then using a rolling pin, I will start rolling this into a rectangle. So I'm looking to roll this dough into about the same size as my board here. This board is almost 2 feet long. So with my dough all rolled, I have a tablespoon of butter mixed with a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. I'm just going to sprinkle this onto our dough and then just brush it just like so. And then I'm going to dust this with just a sprinkle of some of our flour here. This will help you to form the nice layers that we need for this chapati. This is optional. You can definitely skip this part. And then using my dough cutter or a sharp knife, I'm going to cut this into 2 halves. And then I'm going to pick one of these halves, start from one corner here, and then just start rolling it inside. to the size that I need for my chapatis. I've done this so many times, I usually know the estimate. So just about like so, and then I'll roll the next one. And I have these rolls. So I'll continue, finish all these. Roll the last one here. So the next step is to take these ropes and then just roll them or coil them just like so, and you get these regular chapatis. You take the next one, do the same thing, tuck it in, turn it. If you have any leftovers, just put them all together and you get these tiny chapatis. This is for the cook. Cover this with a kitchen towel for about 10 minutes and then we'll start cooking. Our chapati rolls here, they've been relaxing and they are nice and softened. They are ready to start rolling. So this dough yielded about 9 chapatis here. They are big size. You can get more depending on how you want to cut yours. So dust some flour onto the board and then I'll take one of these, just some more flour. You don't need a lot of flour at this point. And then start rolling them. Chapatis have become a mainstay of Kenyan cuisine through years and years of cultural integration. Just about, I'm satisfied with that, so I'll put this aside, take the next one, do the same thing. So in the meanwhile, I started my pan, it's already preheating. Once I've done a couple of these, we'll go and start making our sweet chapatis. This will go very well with a cup of chai or just for snacking. Add an egg on this, make a chapati roll. Our other chapatis ready. So our pan has been heating here on medium high. Just a few drops of oil here. This is olive and canola blend. Just wipe it with a paper towel. And then we are going to drop our first chapati here. About 30 seconds, it's going to start bubbling. And we have the first signs of our bubbles here. We want to come in, just flip it. And you can see on the other side, it's acquired some beautiful brown. The honey and the sugar will make these chapatis have more browner color than the regular chapatis. So you want to be careful with the heat when you're cooking them. Give it a look. And it's already puffing, as you can see. A few drops of our oil here. Then turn it, just a little bit more oil. And then I'll continue just turning and flipping until it's fully cooked. See that beauty? Take it off onto a plate lined with a paper towel and a kitchen towel to cover. Give your pan a slight wipe. Drop the second one. So just watch for the bubbles. Give it a flip. Give it a turn and just let it puff. Turn it, some oil. Remember, this is very rich chapatis already, so we don't need a lot of oil. Flip it just a little bit more. So this beautiful chapati is all done, and I'll continue making the rest until we are done. Working on our last chapati here before we get to enjoy them. This is done. Time to go enjoy these. Very flaky, very fluffy. Give this a taste. So friends, there you have it, our super delicious, sweet, soft, layered chapatis that you can do any day of the week. They are perfect for breakfast, snacking, with a cup of chai any day of the week. If you're looking for more chapati recipes, check out my soft layered chapati. You're going to love it for your stews and other recipes. This is sweet. You can try it Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Enjoy this.